All right, hello, everyone. I thought today that I would go in and do a nightfall. The nightfall this week is glassway. It's on Europa. Now, since I don't have my fire team with me, I'm not going to do one of the matchmaking off versions. But I am going to do a matchmaking on and just to have some fun this morning and see what we can do, get a little practice in. It is double rewards, double nightfall drops. So I feel like this nightfall will be well worth it. All right, let me check my weapons before I launch. I've gotten ahead of myself. I'm running Ursa Furiosas. I am a 1560 hard light level, and with the artifact, I'm currently a 1590. Let me just check everything. I have the Psionic Forging 1 and 2 on. I'm really not running any of the weaponry from this season that has those traits. It would be a huge benefit and would behoove me greatly to wear those, but I'm just a fan of this servant leader. Le Monarch shoots a poison arrow, and it does a lot of damage. Now, I do have piercing bowstring and anti-barrier scout rifle, so I'm going to be good for those guys. This Glassway Nightfall also has overload champions, so I should be running some overload rounds. But I feel like maybe I can take those down with a well-placed grenade and a couple of arrows from Le Monarch. And hopefully, we'll see if any of my teammates have overload rounds on. And since this is not a more difficult version, I think I'm going to be able to switch weaponry out. Let's check. Void Burn, double drops, pole harm. If I were running a glaive, I would get more damage here. Barrier and overload. The triangle and circles here. Scorched earth. So equipment is not locked. I can change if I have to. Let's go in. All right, we're loading. Nightfall, Europa. This is the Glassway. We're going to be matchmaking. I'm one of 3. I need 2 fellow guardians. We found them. We're going to launch, and hopefully, if we're lucky, there could be a rally flag for a public event. When you land in the Glassway, you land in a public area. So there could be a public event about to begin, at which point it would have a rally flag out, and we would go super if we rallied that flag, and it would fully fill off our weaponry. Always good to have full ammo, especially in your heavy. Now let's take a look.
Are you there yet?
Nope, there would be a flag right over there, and there's not one. So let's jump on our Sparrow and go right in, and it looks like my two teammates know the deal. Because one of those guys, he's also jumped on his Sparrow, and he's racing to the enemy. He's confident. Jump off my Sparrow, launch myself in. This is a total Vex build structure here. I mean, we know from prior DLCs and releases of Destiny, this is the architecture favored by the Vex, one of mankind's enemies. Let's jump right into the bow. I just like that poison arrow. Oh! He came at us quickly, and he is an overload. He has the barbed wire, the glitter on his head. He's a menace, and he will kill you quickly if given the chance. But what we have to do is shoot him dead first. Looks like we've cleared out this first little section. Let's move on in. My teammates are doing fantastic. pick up that void orb. I've got resist ×3, so it gives me a little bit more strength to resist these guys. I know that captain is a jumper. I have thrown a grenade. Ah, get away from me. I've thrown a grenade to try to take down his shield. And that's a barrier champion. Barbed wire all around him. A big old bubble thrown down. But we've quickly taken him out of the game. We're moving along. Move along. Nothing to see here. Alright, we're going through a tunnel. I know this next section has a big old beefy, strong, fallen guy. So far, we're dealing with fallen. We do have a few friends on Earth that are fallen from the House of Light, but these guys are definitely not our friends. I'm going to throw down a barricade. This will help with a void shield for myself, and if my teammates were close enough, it's going to give them a void shield. If they're near, it gives it to them immediately. If they're far, they can run through it and get a void shield for 10 seconds. That can be a really big asset in a game where you're taking a lot of enemy fire. Let's throw another grenade at him. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. All right, we're moving on deeper into this nightfall. We're moving deeper. A lot of ice here. Some beautiful color variations. Let's get over here. I know there's a lot of enemies that pop out here. I'm taking some gunfire. Get behind a rock, Ransom, throw down a shield. Act like you've been here before. They've hit me with stasis, a darkness power. I'm freezing. I'm freezing. Luckily, I had my shield down. Someone just let loose with a super. So, good for them. Good for me. That helped clear up some enemies, and it took out the big bad guy. Another servitor with barbed wire and sparkles. He is dead. Let's get this guy. Oh, my team's so good, they're killing them before I have to. Okay, that was a heavy brick, but I was full on heavy, so I didn't need it. It was lying on the ground. It was purple. One of our enemies dropped it.
Elizabeth,
always good to find ammo, especially for your weapons that don't have infinite ammo.
If you asked him, he would have told you he was
Many weapons
humanity.
that are kinetic or primary will have an infinite ammo symbol. That's a sideways figure 8.
Wouldn't have it. Once again, he flew too close to the sun, and
He
once
flew
again, the
too
rest of
close
us
to the
paid for
sun.
it.
We paid for
Bastard.
it. Okay, let's get these little guys out of the way. They can eventually take you down because they throw so many grenades. Oh, I missed. What an amateur. Headshots count in this game. Just grenade after grenade. Headshots do count in this game. You get more damage when you get a headshot, so therefore you can take the enemy down much quicker. See that? That was a yellow number, and that was a headshot. 24, so many points, 24,000 plus. So it definitely was a good hit. Here's an old captain. He's got his back turned to me. But these are enemies of mankind. They block the progress of humanity. We've got to get rid of them. Let's take a jump over. My allies have gone forward quickly. I've got a joining allies symbol. Look at that. If only had a bit of patience, we could have ran up the pathway together. Let me get up here and throw a shield down, try to shield my teammates. Take a few of these guys out. They're going to be coming at us from the left and the right. That's a heavy shank. And he can pack a punch if given the opportunity to shoot a few at you, but we dealt with his aggression. We dealt with his aggression. Alright, it seems my teammates are doing really well at this. I'm trying to get some arrows out there, take some of these guys down. I've got a shield. Let's get this guy shielded. Do we have a third person in here? Yes. He's actually in an area of cover. That's a smart move in case one or two of us went down here in the front. He would remain alive. And that's a good thing. You always want a teammate to be alive. Okay, some of this Vex milk has cleared out of this area. It was a hindrance to our progression, and we've managed to drain it, or our ghost has managed to drain it, so that we can move forward or deeper into this nightfall. Let's get a few of these guys out of the way. A champion, a barrier champion. Seen a lot of the barrier champions. Excuse me. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Okay, my teammates are really doing a fantastic job. It appears that they're already moving forward, and if I don't join them and quit jumping around, I'm going to get adjoining allies. And I'd rather just enter with my own 2 feet. We're in. Okay, let's take out this guy. He's already done the job for us. Woo, he's fast. That's a strong guardian. He must be getting headshots. Here they come.
Escape.
Let's get that shield down, get these guys protected. They might not even be aware, but you may have noticed that purple glow that came about. Now I'm running Ursa Furiosa. Oh, good grenade toss. And Ursa Furiosas are really a team-oriented super, because in order to get maximum benefit, they need to shoot through the shields that I project. Get him to the heavy. He's turned to face me. Oh, and he's immune. That can be a real disappointment when they go immune. Oh, wow. Did you see that? He's knocked me up into a safe area. I'm glad he did. And he's gone. I have a teammate down. We have some of these little Vex guys. You notice that the enemy changed here. Oh. Let's get him with some poison arrows. And he's dead. I wanted to rescue my enemy, but my teammate took care of that, so thank you, teammate. Somebody's using Wither Horde. It's a really powerful weapon that hits in your kinetic slot. It packs a punch, and it's excellent for crowd control. Let's slide right over here. See a lot of them coming at me. Get some heavy on this guy, see if he'll turn to face. And he's immune. He's immune. Got some heavy. We've got the big old chickens out. These are wyverns. Oh, he's an angry wyvern. And it looks like I'm the last guardian standing. That's never good when you see that, but it means you need to seek safety and give your teammates time to respawn. Let's see if we can take this old wyvern out. Get out of here, wyvern. Where'd he go? Thank you for that help, well. Thank you for that help, well. We need to focus on that guy because he's got a really powerful punch. I think he could probably kill us more, well, quickly. He could kill us faster than that champion with the barbed wire headdress. And here's the big champion, at least for the glassway. Oh, good. Looks like a good grenade. I think I hit that dead on. They're running at us. Let's get some of those little bombers, little suicide bombers out of the way. Focus our fire on that overload champion. You'll see the circle, the symbol that he's a champion and he's an overload champion, which means you need to be equipped with special mods from the artifact this season. Alright, now we should have the big O boss for this arena and the mini boss. They're both out at the same time. Let's see if the guys know that they can shoot through this. And if they'll get closer to me, they'll generate orbs for themselves. Ooh, angry wyvern. And she's coming for me, and both of my teammates are down. And look at this. There's one waiting for me here at the door. I'm going to try to slide. Things are not looking good. Things were not looking good. And we're down. We will have to restart this. Restart it. One of the guys doesn't have a clan. But I don't really think they understood how to use the Ursa Furiosas, because they didn't really get close to me and shoot the enemy through that. I think we could have survived that.
Here they come.
They're an exotic that's not often used by Guardians. Let me be a little more focused in my approach. We need to attack both those gates, left and right gate, because that's where the enemy spawns. And I'm dead. I'm dead. How focused was I? I've lost my focus. So I need to refocus when I come back to life. If you'll notice on the left-hand side of the screen, lower left hand, I do have a timer. I'm restricted. I can't just die and come right back. I have to wait. I have to give my mistakes some thought and do better when I come back in. Okay, respawn. I'm back. I do have a super, but without my teammates, I could use it as a shield throw. And I'm dead again. I'm dead again. I've not had a great display of skill this morning. But what that gives me is room to improve. That gives me room to improve. You know, being able to come back and, you know, having these lives, eternal lives as a guardian, it always is going to give you room to improve. So don't ever be afraid to come in and, you know, test it. The die trying, as it were. Put a little bit of weaponry on her. Let's throw a shield down. If I'd have had my shield thrown down, maybe I would have done better earlier. I'll review this and see what I did wrong. Try to be better the next time around. Dying like that in a nightfall, it just gives you opportunity to improve. If I ran this as a perfect game, would it be as interesting? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. If I ran a perfect game, would it be as interesting? It would mean that I had reached the pinnacle for this game, and I would have no room for growth. as it is with me making these mistakes, I've got room for growth, and I hope you can grow with me. Champion, barrier champion, let's poison him. Poison him. With the Vex, they have usually a white spot. That's their area of vulnerability, their Achilles heel, as it were. You want to target that. You want to target that white spot, the white box, the milk box, as some call it. Let's see if I can get... She's so aggressive. Her bombs have an AoE, meaning even if they don't hit you, if you're in the general area, it can do real damage. Somebody definitely has something on her that's causing her to go into a little bit of a jerk movement. That lets us know she's being poisoned. Finish her. Okay, we're back to the point where we've got these little bombers. These aren't really the popcorns, but they definitely are a bomber. They will kill themselves so that they can kill you. Alright, let's get a shield down. Let's get a shield down. Give these guys a little bit of an overshield, because I know she's going to come through that portal. See the sparkles and the glow. That lets us know there's activity behind that portal. There they come. Now, these guys are shielded with their own mechanism. Come on, guys, shoot through this. Shoot through my shield. Okay, he ran right through the shield. But he killed her. He killed her, I do believe. We had a lot of enemies up. I felt like it was best to seek safety and regroup. I know there's some wyverns down, and we've got a champion. And right now, I don't have eyes on the champion. Well, there's the champion. I don't have eyes on the wyvern. And my teammates are still down. We have one teammate up. Let's go over and see if we can offer assistance to this old guy. Throw a grenade, let's throw a shield. Let's try to get some damage out. Hit him with that. Put a shield down. I see a teammate is down again. Pow! Pow! Got some heavy. I think I'm going to probably use my heavy here and take some of these guys out to clear the field and give us a fighting chance. And they killed her. I'm glad they killed her. So that was a nightfall. You know, it wasn't my best run I've ever had, but it was fun. It was fun. Pick up my rewards. Not a lot of rewards from that. Because we all died. We all died there. Let's stay till the end and see how we did. Not anything to make a note about, but a definite learning experience. How did we do? I killed 81. My teammate killed 118. So good for him. He was really on it. Let's take a look at him. Can I look at him? No, I sure can't. Oh, well. Would have been fun to see what weapons he had equipped. He did a good job, though. Touche to him. All right, let's return to orbit and take a look. I really liked that bow. Let's delete these blues. We'll give some points to the gunsmith. You can see on the right-hand side of my screen, for every blue that I delete, I get a +1. Let's see what this legendary purple gives me. Oh, ranked up a little bit with the gunsmith. That's always good. We want to rank up with him for more rewards. I'm a long way to my next step of 1591. Several million points away, really. I mean, that's a lot of bounties. Now, let's check bounties and see if we did anything. No, we didn't do anything that we can check off here. I've got one submachine gun bounty, and I'd like to get that out of the way because, as you can see, it expires in 5 hours. And this does have XP attached to it, so if I get my machine gun kills, I'll get the XP, and that's what I'm really after here. So let's take a look, and let's do Risk Runner. And do I have another? Let's double machine gun it. Let's remove this and do a sword. And I have a destination in mind. Let's go to the moon. The moon offers a lot of enemies, and they group. Grouped enemies are the easiest to kill. Most often. There can be exceptions to that. If you have a group of champions, you could have a lot of difficulty because sometimes they jump around, swap in and out on their positions, create a little bit of chaos so that you might not really be sure which one you're working on as they swap in and out. But most often, you can get them grouped and do a lot more damage. All right, let's put down a flag, and let's rally the flag because I want my heavy. I do want my heavy. We're here at Aris Morn. That's Aris Morn here. See her? Aris Morn. Hey, Miss Three Eyes. And what's that in your hand? She never has talked about it. What is that, Aris? What is it? You need a story mission to tell us about how you got that and what it does. Are you immortal? Will you come back if they kill you? Those are some questions we're going to need answered. So let's go over, we've rallied the flag, let's go over to Sorrow's Harbor. There's big events that take place here with the Hive. The Hive have infested the moon, just infested. But we like that on some occasions because, like I said before, we need to get some kills in. Now, let's seek a vantage point to survey the area. We've got an event going on. But I want to see if there's any patrols. Yeah, I see a couple. Some of these patrols, I don't want to take them right now. But I see one over here, and it applies to the thrall. How do I know that, you say? I know that because I've been here before. I know that ghost that was there gave me a patrol that pertained to the thrall. And depending on what level this is, and since there's multiple of these domes up, we know it's probably a higher level. It's a tier 4, so we're here just in time. Oh, the team let it go. The team let it go. They did not finish tier 4. So we probably most likely are going to have to start out at level 1 again, but that's okay. That's okay. It looks like there were just maybe 1 or 2 guys there, so those higher levels can be very challenging if you don't have a full team with you. And I see some fallen roaming around out there on pikes. Their pikes have weapons aboard. Unlike the sparrows that Guardians use, our sparrows do not have weapons, which, note to Bungie, Destiny. Get some guns on our sparrows. Get us a sparrow in the game with some guns. I mean, I'm okay if you make it challenging to acquire the sparrow, but definitely get us a sparrow with some guns. Now, I see a public event. It already has an ogre. There's not going to be any thrall on this level 1. So we're going to have to wait for level 2 to get the thrall. Let's throw a grenade. Let's give them something to think about, that we're not to be messed with here. Put my shield down because I definitely want that over shield. Let's hit him with a machine gun, but let's do my exotic machine gun wrist runner. Now, if I could activate the perk with some arc damage, this Ogre would not be so willing to slam down on me. But being a 1590 light level, it didn't kill me. It didn't kill me. Power has its advantages. Now here he is again. And I don't like him. So let's pull the sword out and do a spin it to win it. Oh, look at that. He fell like an amateur. Now, his cousins and brothers will probably come and kill me at a later date. But right now, I'm the victor. Feels good to have a victory under your belt. Now, here's a witch. And they're a nuisance. They are a nuisance. They spit fire. They carry on. They scream. They holler. I punched her. Get out a little bit of aggression this morning. Punch, punch, punch. And she's dead. Now, we have killed 4, if you'll notice on the left-hand side of the screen. We have killed 4, and we're moving on to part 2. Now, on this one, we're going to get some hive thrall. Ooh, get out of here. And that's what we need to fulfill this patrol that I picked up. If you'll notice on the left-hand side of your screen, I still have a patrol, and we're still in the Altars of Sorrow. Now, you'll see that little chest symbol pop up on my screen. That's because I have a ghost in, and I have a modifier that allows me to spot a chest from a given distance. And that's real important because you want to have plenty of resources to level up your gear, to infuse your gear. Resources are very important in this game. If she would actually, there she goes. Now hit me with that arc again. See, she saw me pull out Risk Runner, and when you pull out Risk Runner, they're hesitant to hit you with arc because it would activate my perk, and I could deal a greater amount of damage. My team appears to be on it here. There's some thralls. See those little triangles? Popcorn, popcorn. In this Altars of Sorrow, we don't have to be concerned so much about anything but the yellow bar bosses. If you see a yellow bar boss, it's imperative that you stop their progress toward the sacrifice point. And this dome where they come from is different from that dome where they sacrifice. You'll notice the big old stone up above the crystal. We don't want the bosses to make it to the crystal because they could end the game early. And we don't want that. We want to face the last boss, the final altar. Oh, and I've just heard one of the ghosts scream if there's anybody there. It means we finished the other bounty, and let's take his bounty. He had a kill-all bounty, which is my favorite. They are my favorite in Destiny. It means we can normally seek out any of the enemies in the area, and with a change they made a couple of seasons ago, we can actually go to other areas and seek the enemy. Let's throw a grenade. She's moving quickly, so she wants to get into that smaller dome behind her, but we don't want that. We want to stop her progress. Now I could pull a sword out here and, put a larger dent more quickly into her health bar. But I'm going to save my sword just for a while in case I get somebody really difficult like this Ogre. Now, this Ogre, he's a handful. And see the damage my sword did there? And I had plenty of heavy on the ground, so I can refill my sword. Let's get some more machine gun in him. Another Ogre. Good teamwork on everyone's part. We've completed 5 of 5. That means we're now available to move to the next section. And it's already up. We have a timer. It's counting down. I'm going to jump on a sparrow. I saw plenty of heavy laying there. We might need to come back for that later on as this progresses and our enemies are more resilient to our weaponry. Now let's see. This is the spawn spot. So we're going to need... Or this is the sacrificial spot. We need the spawn. Here it is. This is where they originate. Throw a grenade in him. Let's hit him with a shield. Get that exotic machine gun in. And let's try to take his health down as quickly as possible. He's powerful. He had a big slam. But I'm using some okay guns. Submachine guns maybe aren't the most powerful in the game. But they serve their purpose. I like them for crowd control. Another nightmare wizard. You often hear me say witch. I mean, they look like a witch to me, or what I imagine a witch to be. But the game officially calls that a nightmare wizard. Get some of these enemies out of the way. Let's focus our fire on that nightmare wizard. Now, Risk Runner's not really the best for headshots. It has some movement. Pow! Give him a good punch and kill him dead. Another nightmare wizard. Let's throw a grenade. A void grenade. They're very powerful this season. Destiny made some mods on the void class. It's Void 3.0 as they call it. And it definitely has been improved. A Guardian, a Titan, has thrown his bubble down. That's always a welcome sight. It increases our weapon damage, called Weapons of Light. You can see it on the left-hand side of the screen. I have Armor of Light and Weapon of Light. I'm going to throw a shield down and give everybody a Void Overshield that runs through it. Okay, we have some shielded witches up, and that's actually a different mechanism. We're going to look for a knight. He drops a sword. We already have one out. So good job to somebody for killing that sword-bearing knight. We're going to take this over and we can swipe with a hit of the bumper, or we can pound down, pound, to take out that witch. Her shield has to come down, and then you could kill her with one of your equipped weapons, but just go ahead and use the shield. We're going to need another sword, so let's wait for a sword-bearing knight to be... Here's one. This has some tracking on it, so it can pull you away from your intended target, but killing any of these guys is a good thing in this battle. Now here she is again. If she'll hit me with her arc damage, I can activate the perk on Risk Runner, and I'll do much greater damage. An Ogre, I'll throw a grenade. throw a shield. And he's down. Look at all that heavy. Look at all that heavy. Okay, proceed to the next altar. I do want to take this through and hopefully get the boss, but I think we may have finished. We did. We finished the submachine gun bounty, and we've also finished a submachine gun for Eris Morn. That's XP plus. This one's XP, so that's good. Let's go up. Here is the sacrifice point. Over there is the spawn-in point. Let's help our fellow guardians take out some of these enemies of humanity. And we see this big nightmare. My fellow guardians have taken her out. I mean, this is a good group. Thank you, guardians. You're a good group of people. You've got the power. You're defeating these enemies of humanity quickly. Bubble down. Bubble down. I always love to see a Titan because years ago, I started on a Titan. My mentor said, I think, Ransom, you're going to like a Titan. And you know what? My mentor was right. I like a Titan, and I still like a Titan. That's why most often when you join me for these excursions into Destiny 2, you will find that I'm on a Titan. Play what you love and love what you play. Now, if you're with me this morning, listening to my chat and following along, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am an avid gamer. I game, usually 5 to 7 days a week for entertainment, and it would be fun to share that with you. Subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, get all the icons. If you're a YouTuber, you know the deal. It's always fun to share with someone else, especially if they're like-minded. It's fun to share ideas, adventures, upcoming adventures to plan. I also am a member of a clan called Coterie of Arms. We have a lot of very active members. It's a very diverse group, and it's a safe place. You can come into the Coterie of Arms and play and know that it's a safe place. We've got some more enemies out. As you can see, there's another floating sword on the field. I think I'll just pick it up and go over here and get rid of this witch. She's a real nuisance. Oh, this is a wizard. She doesn't quite have the status that those yellow bar ones do. My sword's almost gone, but let's see if I can break this shield. Blam, it's broke. Let's keep the fire on her so her shield doesn't rebuild, and she's down. Now, I say she, and I shouldn't, because we really don't know. We really don't know. But I know that looked like a dress to me, but that really doesn't signify anything in this day and age either. Now, over here's a lot more, so I've missed a couple. Let's get that shield-bearing knight down. Let's grab that sword. Let's take these wizards out. Let's get them moving. We want the next level. We need progression. We want the final boss for this activity. Now, my sword disappeared, but I broke her shield, so I took her down with my equipped weapon. I don't have a bounty right now, but I should pick one up, but I'm just having so much fun hitting these guys with Risk Runner. This is just, a good way to enjoy yourself if you're into gaming. If you're into gaming, you most likely Use my sword. I'm going to toss a grenade. Let's get this guy out of here. He's getting close to the sacrifice point. It's a good way to have fun and to make friends because there's a worldwide community of gamers. And there's actually millions of people that play Destiny. So this is a popular game. And since you're watching, I probably don't have to tell you how popular it is. Now he's close again, so let's pull that heavy sword out and do some damage to these guys. There you saw an example of a guardian being a good guardian and reviving their teammate. And there you're seeing Risk Runner activate its perk. It does some damage with arc. Okay, we've got 6 of 7 dead. We got them. We got them. Let's see what. Next altar, we've got one more level before we get to the final boss. Let's see, are there any nearby? Yeah, we've got the one up. This patrol is up again.
Where's my ghost?
And that's one of the reasons I like this location. My 2 favorite patrols for this area will repeat frequently. They do repeat frequently. I see some heavy. Let's run by it. Pick it up if we need it. And I did. Got 17 swings of the sword. Let's make our way quickly on a sparrow. I'm running always on time, which is the fastest. Woo! Did you see that? Always on time is the fastest sparrow in the game. It's not the most attractive, but it is the fastest. And sometimes fastest is what you need. Now I am just pounding them here with Risk Runner. And come on, Witch, hit me with some arc. Hit me with some arc. And you can see those numbers popping up. If you haven't played with Risk Runner, I recommend it. So many of these exotic weapons are going to have a level of playability that's excluded from the legendaries or just the plain old blues. So definitely visit that kiosk in the tower over at the vault spaces. And if you don't have those exotics, try to earn them. Try to earn those exotics that might be available there at the kiosk. And, some of these might even fall out in the everyday Destiny world as you're playing. Risk Runner was, one of those so lucky to get with lots of hard work. Now look at that. I have been just chatting with you, and I let an ogre slip through. Chatting with you and an ogre slipped through. That's okay though. We'll get the next one, and we do have a chance or two to let a couple slip by, but it would end it for us early if we let too many of these champions or bosses get through. This is not really a champion because you don't see the barbed wire headdress, but she is considered a yellow bar boss, and they do have a big health bar. Ogre is out. Let's get a shield on him. Let's get a grenade. These ogres like to stomp through your grenades. I'm going to actually use a sword on him. I've got a teammate down. I need to revive him. I'm going to put a shield up. Get us an overshield. And he's so powerful, he knocked me backwards. And I've killed myself. I knew that was a popcorn. Luckily, I have two good guardians that came to my aid. Thank you, guardian. Let's get this sword bearer. Let's try to knock as many of these wizards out as we can. They're going to block our progression if we don't. Let me get another sword. These do have a limited number of swings, and they also have a timer, a countdown timer. Let's go over here and take her out. Go back home, wizards. Go back home. Alright, I don't think I'm even going to have this last long enough to make it to the next area. So let's just move on and hope we get a shield or a sword bearer. And we did. Pick up, pick up. And this witch, this wizard, it's my least favorite one. Get out of here. I see another one. Is my sword gonna make it? Hold on, sword. Come on, come on. Break her shield. Keep her shield down and I can take her out with a handy gun. And it looks like we have one more area. I'm not sure all the guardians are participating in this witch hunt. But this would progress much faster if they would. Now, I heard the old ghost over here screaming at me, so let's take that patrol. I appreciate his reminder. We've got lots of sword bearers out. Let's grab that sword. Let's get out of this witch goo. And let's give her a hit or two. And she's dead. Don't ever be afraid to just approach those witches and give them a good pound with your sword. Take her out with an equipped gun. And that should be it. No, wait a minute. Yep, that was it. Alright, now we're going to go back to the yellow bar enemies. And we're going to have 4 of these. We need to kill 4 more yellow bar enemies. And then we're going to progress to the yellow bar boss. I'm going to put a shield down because he can get very mean and nasty. Now he broke my shield immediately, but it's given me enough time to really get him dead. And that's what we want here. We want those big guys, those yellow bars. We want them dead and out of the way. Let's get another shield down. Let's use Risk Runner. Take this ogre out. He's occupied with a guardian that he's managed to kill. Let's get that revive in. We want everybody active on the field, killing the enemies of humanity as quickly as possible. Another ogre. Another shield. Let's pick up this heavy brick. We had a lot of those out earlier. Throw a grenade. Popcorn. Alright, the ogre's down. We have one more. We need one more. And I see they've spawned. They have spawned and they're making their way for the sacrifice point where the big crystal is floating in the sky. Everybody focus your attention onto this nightmare wizard. And she is down. She is down. Okay, let's pick up some heavy because I do want a full sword. Probably not the best choice to face this big boss because he has an area of effect, an AoE. He has a big slam down. A distance weapon is your best choice here. But we're also going to face some nightmares. And those nightmares are going to be trying to make it to that sacrifice point. And we can't let that happen. We can't let that happen. Alright, we need to try to get this guy weakened to the point where he'll start his mechanism of being immune. And as I mentioned earlier, this is a big Vex, and that's the milk box, or his Achilles heel, his weak spot. And we need to get as many bullets into his weak spot as possible. I'm going to use just a gun here, and he's immune. And momentarily, you're going to see these mini bosses spawn. They're yellow bar bosses. They're very healthy. And I'm going to want to use my grenade and sword on those guys. We've already got 2 out. We have a wizard there. And we have an ogre there. I'm, concerned about these, but if we miss them, we've got some more coming up. All right, let's get our weapons of light. And now this guy, we want to take him out. I mean, get out of here, Ogre. Get out of here. Nightmare Ogre. Ooh, he's titled. A punch in the face, a hit with the gun. And did we kill him? I don't know if we did or not. No. Oh, Guardians. We did not complete that. Since we were at the end, this will revert to the prior level. But I think you kind of got the idea of that. And I think that I will take a look at my bounties. I finished the submachine gun, and that's why we were here. I need to use a fusion rifle. But I think you kind of got a feel for what's going on here at the Altars of Sorrow. I appreciate you tuning in. And we'll be back here. We will be back because, Guardian, these enemies don't stop. These enemies don't stop. All right. Thank you much for joining me. Talk to you later. Bye.